Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of SimAirport, now available on Steam from LV Game Dev. What we're going to do this episode is going to be a brief one. We're in the middle of a playthrough here in 2022 on the game, looking at any new and interesting features that they've added over time. And we're at the point in the development of our airport that we are adding in a baggage system. So I wanted to walk through this system or work through this process with you real quick and just kind of try to keep this brief and manageable. Doesn't look like there's been a whole lot of changes, but maybe it's been a while since you've done one or have some questions, and so we're going to work through that. In the previous episode, we installed the components, all right? What you've got to have are ticketing desks, okay? And then there's got to be a way to connect the ticketing desks to your baggage depot, which is where the baggage carts go and pick up the bags and take them out to the aircraft. And then they pick up bags off the aircraft and they take them back to the baggage depot. Then the bags go from the baggage depot through the system to your baggage claim area down here with your baggage carousels. All right, so that's how that works. Now we haven't zoned this here yet, so we'll do that real quick. Baggage claim. Zone. There we go. All right, so that makes them happy. All right, so now let's take a look. This is on the ground level of our airport. We're going to take a look underground and see what's going on underneath there. Before we do that, though, here's a quick FYI. Any of the components that go from one floor to the next on the airport, which includes your conveyor transitions, the baggage depot, and these can be conveyor transitions that go upstairs as well as downstairs, because you have the capability of running baggage up to the level above where you are, as opposed to down to the basement one level. Okay, so, and then the baggage carousels. When you go to build one of these, they will build the foundation on the adjacent floor as required automatically. All right, so what's best to do is just plan these using the planning tool. A baggage carousel, for example, is 3x5 tiles. You say, that's where I want that to be. All right, so now we're going to hit the page down button. I can expect this to be right here. That's where the baggage carousel is going to be. Here's its little conveyor, and here's where it hooks into the rest of the system. The connection point will be right here. So anytime you're looking at the baggage carousel, think of it this way. This is where the bags come out. So the bags come up from this right end and out the left end. In this case, in this orientation, they'll come up from the left end and out the right end, and then they'll start circulating the carousel. Okay? So that's the way to use the planning tool and know where something's going to be, is just use the page down or page up keys, and that will tell you where to find it. So you then can plan appropriately on the adjacent floor. We go down, here it is. So we know it's going to come out here. So we know it's going to build its own space, and then we can start planning what we need. So in this case, we have a baggage hub, and then up here at the other end, coming down from ticketing with the conveyor transition, we have another baggage hub. Notice I have not connected to right here. This is the baggage depot, where, as you see the road above, because I have road off the taxiway, that's where the bags are transferred to and from carts going and coming from the aircraft. So your transitions here at the baggage depot, one leads up, one leads down. So if you look at the orientation here of it, this is the part that leads up, this is the part that's leading down. So I've set this up so that the bags coming from ticketing are going to go into this baggage hub, and then they're going to go to the depot here to go up, be picked up, taken out to the aircraft. On the return trip, bags come in, they come down here, they go through the hub, and then they go down to the other hub and are processed and sent over to the various carousels for pickup by the travelers. Now, there's some research related to this you have to do, and that is in technology, you'll want to research bag hub boosters. So you have to research technology, you have to hire a chief technical officer, CTO, you put them in an office, okay, and then you'll be able to research bag hub boosters, which increase the throughput on your baggage hub. Now notice when I mouse over it, it says 0 bags being stored approximate capacity 240 per hour. If I left click on it, a couple things come up. Upgrade, dismantle, we don't want to take it apart, and then hub ports. And they say producer, consumer, and H2H, which is hub to hub. This is a consumer port when the bag has the arrow pointing into the hub. This is a producer port when the arrow is pointing away from the hub. And when there's an arrow pointing both directions, that's for a hub to hub connection. And that's what we have here. From this hub to hub to this hub to hub, if I click on this one, that's how you connect, and you use the two-way hub or conveyor system in the Utilities tab. Two-way conveyors connect hub to hub. One-way conveyor is then used to connect ticketing desks to a hub, and then one way from a hub to baggage depot. From the baggage depot back to the hub, two-way from hub to hub, and then one way from the hub to baggage carousels, like so. Also, let's talk about this output-input deal. So you have to think of the flow of the baggage. It comes from ticketing, it goes to a hub. It goes from the hub to the depot. It comes from the depot back to the hub. It goes between the hubs. It goes from the hub to the carousels. You have to think like the flow of the baggage. So we need an input or a consumer because it's consuming the bags produced by ticketing. Then we need a producer. It's sending bags to the depot. This side is a consumer. This side is a producer. Okay? You'll see the arrows on it when you prior to hooking them up. But the key there is to know the orientation of the baggage depot before you build it. Again, if you go back into Utilities, Baggage Depot, see how it's oriented now? We would be going the reverse direction. The bags would be coming in from the bottom side, and they would be going out the top side. Okay? If you rotate it to the right, we're coming in from the right side, going out the left side. Now we're matched up with what we've got, and now we're the other way. Okay? So pay attention to the ends of these. The big end is the receiving end. That's where the bags come up. The small end with the red and white stripes is where the bags go down, back underground. Okay, let's drop back underground here. So on our baggage hub, we've got an input or a consumer coming in from ticketing, and we've connected up to 5 of these together. 5 desks all together, one-way conveyors. This is the connection point for the conveyor transition right here. You can have 2 joined together. Then we drop downstairs. We go into the hub. We go out of the hub to the depot. We come back from the depot into the hub. We go hub to hub, and then we go out to the carousels. Okay? That's indicated here. It allows you to change it here, or you can just right-click and change it to consumer or hub to hub. Any of them can be changed that way. Right-click, click, good to go. You want to hook multiple hubs together. Now, if I do another row of ticketing, we'll tie that in maybe to this port here. Say I'm going to do multiple rows of ticketing. What I'll probably want to do then is run an additional hub here, tie it in here with a hub-to-hub connection like this, and then we'll have input, input, input. Carries the bags to the hub. Then they go out to the baggage depots. If I expand my baggage system capacity, which is entirely likely because my airport design says I'm going to build 3 large gates over on this side, I would put another baggage depot over here somewhere, probably right here. Okay, so we need to connect that into the system. In that case, what I'll have to do is move this connection to here and make it hub to hub, and then make this connection, and another, probably would connect this connection to another hub specifically serving that depot. Have an output, input, and a hub to hub connection, tying it into the rest of the system. That's the easy way to expand your system. If you want to build an adjacent terminal. So we build a new terminal over here. It's going to need baggage capacity. The best way to do that is going to be to, during the overnight, break this connection, make sure you have the foundation built sufficiently big for a baggage hub. Okay, and the baggage hub is 3 by 5, just like a baggage carousel is. But you need to have these spaces available around it for connections. So then the overall space you actually need is 5 by 7. Make a 5 by 7 foundation piece, and really you need to go one step up from that and go 7 by 9, because the walls will appear around the perimeter of that space. But then you'll be able to hook up into each of the ports, and then you can make your connections as soon as you run foundation. Now I do an extra step in the process. I like a little bit of realism. I like to imagine that my workers may need access to the conveyors. You could make this wall, conveyor, wall. Game runs just fine. I choose to put in an additional tile so that, in theory, the maintenance workers could walk down this corridor here to service this baggage hub. They could climb over here, service this conveyor transition, or what have you. They have access to everything, right? But if you want to build additional depots, you could make a connection here, tie into another hub, tie into additional depots. You can expand the system. Now, we need to expand the capacity of the system. Probably don't need to do that because I'm only accepting aircraft up to the size of A320s, which are 150 passengers. You figure maybe 50% of them may have baggage. But to expand the capacity of your hub, you have to research bag hub boosters, okay? And each baggage hub starts at 240 per hour. If you click upgrade, you have a booster panel. Okay, they're a little pricey. Click one, drop it on, and we'll run the game forward. And then we'll see what that does. Now, actually, we don't need to. It tells us already. Approximate capacity 360 per hour. So we've added 120 bag capacity. 240, 360, upgrade, booster hub panel number 2, boom. Now we're up to 720. So you want your hubs to be able to handle 720 bags per hour. Now, if you're going out to a smaller terminal, that maybe, say you have a remote terminal that's operating smaller aircraft, such as the Dash 8 or the Beechcraft 1900, you're not going to have many bags. You probably don't need to upgrade the booster. If you're operating a terminal where you have A380s and 747s, then you're definitely going to need it because you're going to get hundreds of bags come in per flight, and you need that capacity so it doesn't slow things down. So we're going to upgrade this guy. On the receiving end, we're going to upgrade him as well by left-clicking, click upgrade, panel, and then do a second time. And now we've upgraded those. So that cost us $45,000 or so, almost $45,000. The final step to our process here is going to be to make these connections here and here. But there are a couple of other things we need to do first. First off, your baggage depot needs to be assigned to gates. You click assign to, and you click the gate you want to assign it to. Now you can do reports and make sure it's got to be on a road or a taxiway. In this case, I've built 2 lanes of roads. That way it moves it further away from the taxiway so aircraft don't clip it. See the video of the 747 that came into Chicago O'Hare in the snow and sucked up a bunch of stuff. The other thing we need to do is have a vehicle hangar. Now there are ones in the game for 1, 3, and 5 vehicles. This, I'm using a modified one, which looks really cool. And you can see I've purchased 3 baggage cars. The 3 baggage cars will work together. They won't serve a specific gate, but they'll work together as a team to service the aircraft. It's better to have number of gates +1, plus 30 to 50% on your baggage cars. Simply because if you have a tight schedule and multiple aircraft coming in at the same time, you want to make sure that those baggage carts are out there and they service the aircraft. Okay? So we have 3 sitting here idle, ready to go. These gates are assigned to this baggage hub, and I'm not sure if there's something specific in the assignments. I'll see when they come out. But because of this location, they should be working on this specific depot because they're located close to it. All right, now, baggage claim down here. We're going to need to make it accessible to our passengers. Let me turn my zones off real quick. I need to put some flooring in. We'll throw some of this in real quick and get things rolling in the right direction. Put in some wood floor. We're going to actually use the clone tool under tools, clone, and let's see here. I'm going to kind of clone this across. Okay. This will give us some additional seating over here, and we can work from there with some of the details. Okay, we don't want to get too stuck in the weeds. Otherwise, I'm going to dismantle. I've got a security door here, but we have a secure area. Actually, we don't have a secure area. It's unsecure. We're going to dismantle this whole section here. We're going to make our final connections to activate the baggage system. Turn on and get my workers moving. We're getting kind of late in the day, so them doing this, we'll finish things up, and then we'll probably start with baggage running the following tomorrow, business day. I kind of broke my own rule here. Don't do flooring first, always do flooring last. But I wanted to get that knocked out real quick. Now, people are gathering around here like they're expecting bags, which is not good. Just because we have a depot. So, we're going to go to utilities, conveyor. Now you see bags are starting to move. Okay? Even though we haven't built it yet, the bags are starting to move. So these folks are going to be waiting for their bags that may, there they go. They got delivered by the golf cart. We're going to come in here. We're going to close out this section. And now bags are flowing, just like that. Let's go underground, and we can see bags are picked up by the aircraft, or off the aircraft, and then they flow down, through the hub, and up to the conveyor and the carousel. Your passengers pick them up, and they're on their way. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build a baggage system in SimAirport. If you have any questions or want to see something more complicated, I'll probably add that in future episodes. But for now, I wanted to do it in this episode in a very small snippet so you could see how it all goes together and how it works, so that you don't have to watch through 2 hours of episode to figure it out. Okay? That is what we do to build a baggage system. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause it there because we have things up and running. And we're going to send you over to the post screen. I want to thank you for watching this episode of SimAirport. Hope you liked it. Please give us a like, share with your friends, let them know about the channel. Let them know about SimAirport, now available on Steam from LV Game Dev. It's a lot of fun. I've got almost 1,000 hours in the game, so I can kind of address and answer a lot of your questions. You can follow me on A-Train Games, A-Train Space Games, A-Train Space Games. That's on Discord. And donations to the channel are welcome at paypal.me/A-Train-Games. Otherwise, hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. Post your questions below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If there's something specific, like you're having an issue with a baggage system in your airport and have questions, take that to Discord, maybe post a picture. Make sure you zoom in on the problem area or what you think is the problem area. Otherwise, I may need you to do a save game and send me the save game, and then I can go in and look at it. But you're welcome to do that again at Discord, on Discord at A-Train Space Games. Appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.